Welcome to my home. Here's how we're going to do it, healthy and Spanglish style. First, I'm going to start with my mojo sauce. Let me get the ingredients. Okay, let's get started. First, I'm going to make my delicious mojo sauce. The ingredients that I'm going to be using is salt, fresh ground pepper, cumin, oregano, white wine, water, some fresh orange juice, and some fresh lime juice. I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of salt, a tablespoon of fresh ground pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, and I have a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano leaves. I'm going to smash them in the palm of my hands to bring out the most flavor in them.
Much more excited.
Okay.
Much more excited.
To my seasonings, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of water, a 1/2 cup of dry white wine, to make this mojo super fresh, I'm going to use a fresh orange and fresh lime, so I'm going to get it now and juice them. I'm going to cut my orange in half, and I'm only going to use half of it. ¿Está listo? In order to get the most juice out of my fruit, I'm going to use a juicer. And the juice of an entire lime. By using fresh ingredients, it's really going to make my mojo a lot healthier. Okay, this smells so good already. Smell it. And look at it. It has all that freshness in here, but the ingredient that's really going to take my mojo over the top is the garlic. Next up, we're going to add the main ingredient, which is the garlic. So growing up Puerto Rican, we didn't have a garlic press. My family used a pilon, which is basically your pestle and mortar, but we call it a pilon. I had to look up what the English version was, because I always thought it was really called a pilon. I'm going to use 4 whole cloves of garlic. It sounds like a lot of garlic, but that's basically what the whole mojo sauce is all about. And we want to have that authentic Cuban taste. And like I said before, Cubans are all about their mojo, and mojo is all about garlic. Now, basically, what I'm going to do is just crush my garlic, just releasing all of the wonderful flavors and the oils of the garlic. It smells so delicious, and I'm going to add it to my mojo. It looks and smells riquísimo. Next up, I'm going to get my meat ready. I have a 3-pound pork shoulder. What I want to do first with the pork is to stab it. And you just take a knife and you make random stabs. Then I'm going to take my garlic that's inside my mojo. Let me bring a plate so we don't make a big mess. And I'm going to use this garlic in here, and I'm going to stick it right in the meat where I have the little stab marks. Make sure that your wounds are pretty deep so you can get some garlic in there. And now I'm just going to pour the marinade all over the pork. And then I'm going to sear it. It's so important to sear your meat because it really intensifies all of the flavor of the pork. It basically closes up the pores and keeps all the juices inside of the meat. Make sure your pan is nice and hot. Now that I seared my meat, what's making this a little Spanglish is that I'm going to use a crock pot. So I'm going to put my pork right in the crock pot. And then the rest of the mojo that I made, I'm going to pour it right on there. The beautiful thing about using a crock pot is that you can forget about it. The longer it cooks, the juicier it is, the meat is just going to fall off the bone.